Okay, starts really simple with an ice cream cone, basic stuff that most of us know how to do, and then it gets really crunchy and weird at the end. So stick around. We're gonna have some fun. I'm sharing my screen. We're gonna go to SketchUp. Here we are in SketchUp, like my little step-by-step things. Hopefully that helps for you. I'm trying to make an ice cream cone, so I made a little cylinder here, circle with a push-pull tool, and then of course we go from that to take the bottom of that thing and just shrink it. You just kind of have to scale it. Let me just kind of flip around here and I can show you the bottom of that. And then you can grab the bottom, double click that to get that scale tool. Tap your option or might be control key and shrink that. And then what you can do in the little button down at the very bottom, say 0.01. That's as small as it will let you go, but it goes down to almost nothing. So then you got your ice cream cone there, and then what you can do is, of course, make the ball that goes on the top with the typical circle tool that we've done to make a sphere out of that thing. Pop that in the top, and then, of course, what you want to do is create something that will give you a chance to make that kind of, crunchier bits that go around the outside. So I've been doing this technique, and it's kind of cool. You can kind of see there where you go. I'm going to draw. First, I drew a circle, and then I took my freehand tool and I drew around the circle. So I had this kind of raggedy edge, and then I made a little raggedy edge circle, put those two perpendicular to each other, and then put them in there. So you get this kind of, effect of this ring right there. That's, pretty cool. But I kept thinking, it would be really nice if this wasn't just so flat. It's basically just one level, right? So what I did then was come back in here and say, can I make a non-coplanar shape? Look at this line. Look at this line. Look at, like, it's raggedy and it goes all over the place. It's all bumpy up and down. So that's hard to do. Like I drew freehand little pieces and rotated them partly here, partly there. And then I used the pencil tool to come back in and connect them all up and then weld the edges. So now you can see it's one path. And then you grab your raggedy edge here. I'm going to move this over. You stick around, people. I know you're like, what is he doing? I'm going to put this back into this thing and then say I've got those two pieces perpendicular, kind of, except there's a lot of angles going on here. And then we're going to go path, tool, shape, path, tool, shape, bam. SketchUp goes, what the schmutz did you just do to me? But look how cool that is. So if you want to create a really organic, loopy shape like that, it's going to take some fooling around. You're going to have to think about the size of your initial ring, how vary the heights of it are, the shape of the piece that you put at the end of it. But man, I am nuts about that. So you can imagine what this is going to be like. We'll put that in Stager and fill it with, beer or glass or something like that. And it's, anyway, kind of cool. See you later.